Well, hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Today's video, I thought I'd give you a little update as to what I am actually doing with my golf bag. I've got a few different clubs in the bag that maybe you've seen. I'm also testing out a few different clubs. So let's take a closer look at what's going on with my game and my golf bag. Now, it's best to start with the 5-wood because the 5-wood has been in every single What's in the Bag video if you go through the years. I've got the RBZ tailor-made 5-wood. It's at 19 degrees of loft. It's the standard head. They made a tour version and a standard head. This is the standard one, so it gets a little bit more spin than you're going to probably get out of the tour head. The actual shaft itself, well, it's not actually the length of a 5-wood. It's slightly longer, not a great deal, but it is just slightly longer. It's the extra stiff version of the RBZ. It's the TP one. So this shaft would have probably gone in the tour head, but somebody throughout the years has botched it together, and I've been using it, well, quite a few years now to some good effect. The actual grip that I've got that's going on throughout my golf bag is the MCC. This is the Align Max version. I've done some videos on this. This has got the rib that runs through the back, and I've got no taper that runs through. So it's the +4 version. So that is the 5-wood in my bag. So I've got 4 wedges that I use in my bag. I'm going to go with the 60 to kick us off with. Now, this has only kind of gone back in the bag because I was just struggling. I had actually the Mizuno 60-degree wedge in the bag, but I've just moved back to my Titleist SM10. It's 60 degrees in loft. It's the S grind. It's got 10 degrees of bounce on it, and it's a club that I have kind of got used to throughout the years. It's a bunker club for me, and I just use it again to some good effect, and I've kind of run back to it because I feel like maybe the sole and the bounce and everything else that's kind of going on with this wedge works really quite well for my game. It's interestingly got a modus shaft in it. It's a stiff flex. It's the NS Pro modus, and it's the 120 gram. Again, I haven't changed the grip yet because I've just been experimenting with it, but I will be putting on the Max, the Align one by Golf Pride. But that's what's in there with regards to the 60. Then we move into the 56, which is the Mizuno Pro. This is actually the T1. I haven't done the full video on these yet. Got a little stamping on there, the DHG. That runs right the way through the other wedges that I've got. 12 degrees of bounce. So I always use plenty of bounce. Lots of players sort of run away from bounce, but I think it's, well, for a player like me, it works really well. I've got the KBS Tour 120 stiff flex, and that runs in all the wedges that I've got. And again, we've got the Align Max grip on this particular one. I went for the black heads because I just find that the reflection off the sun, especially when you get in sunnier conditions like we've got today, the reflection's a little bit quieter. And then I also go in a 50, so I go 60, 56, 50, because this is like my 110 club for full shots. This 50 has got the 8 degrees of bounce in the S grind, and then I've got the pitching wedge, which is a 46 degree, again, in 8 degrees of bounce in an S grind with the Mizuno Pros. I do like these Mizuno Pro wedges. I've just got to spend a bit more time getting used to the 60, so maybe that'll come back into the bag. Probably the sexiest golf clubs that Mizuno or any company has ever made. As soon as I saw these S3 irons, I just fell in love with them. I took them out for a video with them when I was doing some stuff with Foremost, and if I was going to build an iron, if I was going to design an iron, this is what I would design. It's got a little bit of cavity in there for a little bit of forgiveness. You've got to remember I was a blade kind of player, so it looks from the top line very little offset, looks a very thin top line, so it looks very bladey when I look down. But I've just got that little bit of help, a little bit of perimeter weighting with those off-centered strikes. I'm still going to get it out there with the ball speed that I want. Again, KBS 120 gram stiff flex, and I've gone for the Align Max grips. Again, +4s running without that taper that goes nicely down. The thing I like about that is that you can grip down on the club and it still feels like a normal kind of grip position. And I go from 4 iron in the set right the way down to a 9 iron, and then I go into my kind of specialist wedges. Just to break up the club's point of view, I just want to show you the tees that I'm using in my bag. Pure Shot golf tees. I use Pure Shot golf tees because I reached out to Pure Shot when I was at the PGA show. I wanted to test their tees because they claimed that they went 7 yards further with less spin. Well, I put them to the test, and they actually came out on top. I'll pop a little link to the video just there for you. You can have a little look at that video yourself. But I use the Pure Shot golf tees because they really like the video, and they've sent me out plenty of tees to use for the rest of 2025. So that's the tee that I've got in my golf bag. 3-wood or driver, 3-wood or driver, 3-wood or driver, 3-wood. The 3-wood that's in my bag, it's a GT2. It's made by Titleist, but it's the 13.5 degree version. Now, the reason why I've gone for the lower lofted head, should we say, is because any 3-wood that I've ever put in the bag gets a little bit too close to my 5-wood. So I needed a 3-wood that was going to get it out there just a little bit further. And the beauty of the GT2 3-wood, for me, is that it's actually quite big in its profile. So it's quite a big looking head. So it gives me lots and lots of confidence. I always think that maybe we want bigger 3-woods out there on the market, which is why a lot of people are testing mini drivers. However, the great thing about this GT2 is it launches really quite high. So what you're getting with it, for me personally, is I'm getting a decent launch, low enough spin that gets the ball to go out there just a little bit further. So I can get this club to go, when I'm really swinging it well, I can get it to carry sort of a 245 to even close to 250 yards on my good days. And therefore my 5-wood kind of goes around 220 to 225. So I'm able to sort of really move away from that gap. Now the shaft in it, I've gone for the 1K black, which is a tensile shaft. I've gone for the 75 gram and it's an S flex. And again, grip, exactly the same grip. We've gone for the Golf Pride Align Max. But yeah, I just think this club looks absolutely stunning down by the ball. And it's been in my bag, well, for a little while now, and I can't see it coming out. Lovely. The driver, this is probably going to shock a lot of you, and to be fair, it has surprised me. Little story behind Oximity. Not many people have heard of Oximity. I met these guys at the PGA show. I met them because they asked me to take a photo of them and Alex Etchers because they had no idea who I was, so I was just the photographer for that particular day for them. However, they talked about their driver. They brought out this new launch of driver. It's an offset driver. It's got some technology in it, which I've done some videos on there, so again, you can go and check those out. But they wanted to help me by sponsoring a Break Pass series for a number of videos throughout 2025. So they gave me their 9 degree extra stiff shafted driver to go and use in that particular series. However, how about over the marker pole?
That is so good. Love it. Absolutely love it.
I've really liked it. And I've actually put it in the golf bag because I'm not necessarily somebody that's looking for a driver that's offset to help me with my slice, but I can sometimes have a little bit of a two-way miss on the golf course if I'm not feeling particularly comfortable. I can get it turning over too much, but I can also get the bit of a block out there on the course. This driver is designed to help those players that slice the golf ball or want a bit more of a draw. The great thing for me, what I found, is that I can now just aim down the right-hand side of any fairway and just hit it as hard as I like, and I know it's going to come back because it's got the obviously the technology in that offset version. Now, lots of companies have moved away from offset, but Oximity really bringing it back to market and done what I think is a fantastic job. So this particular setup, weight ports in the back and in the heel. I've got a little bit more weight kind of in the heel area, pushing that weight forward to reduce the spin numbers. It's at 9 degrees, as I've said. And I've got this extra stiff shaft, which is actually a 50 gram X. So it's super lightweight, but it certainly gets out there with a little bit of speed. That face coming in nice and closed for me is keeping my ball speed up and getting me out there with some good numbers. So I know it's a bit random, and I know a lot of you are going to go, wow, that's impressive, but it's in the bag and it's going well. Well, I keep mentioning the bag, so I want to introduce you to the Sun Mountain golf bag, the E2.5 Lite. This is a lightweight carry bag, but it's got a bit on the bottom that allows you to be able to wedge it onto your trolley, and it keeps it nice and sturdy. It's like a wedge at the bottom of the bag. Anyway, this one, as you can see, it's got my logo printed on there. I've been doing lots of work with Sun Mountain over the past couple of years, and they've actually got me into a couple of their bags, and I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. So in 2025, again, they are supporting the channel. They're helping me with a couple of their bags. I've got a couple more at the office, which I haven't actually got out onto the golf course yet, but I've had this one now for a few weeks, and I'm loving it. Super lightweight. It's great to travel with, because I always find that, you know, with the weight restrictions that you get on flights now, as soon as you put a slightly heavier golf bag, that just then reduces what you can take in your flight suitcase, should we say, for your clubs. So this bag works really well. I can carry it, I can put it on a trolley, and it's got every single zip and area that I need to work for me. So that's the bag that's going to be used for this year. Last but by no means least, and probably the most important area of the bag. You drive for show, but you certainly putt for your dough. Now, you all know that I've been a Scotty Cameron user for, well, forever. I made a decision to stick with a putter that I like the look of. And if it goes wrong, then it's me that's going wrong. Now, this is a Scotty Cameron Newport 2. I've been using it for a number of generations now. This one here has been bespoked up for me personally. It was a silver actual putter itself, but I got it blacked off, and I've got my colourings, shall we say, from the channel put into it, the purple and the gold. We've also got my logo there stamped into the corner of the toe of this particular putter. It's at 34 inches in length. It's got 3 degrees of loft on it, so it's pretty standard. It's actually about 1 degree flat in its lie angle. And I've got a P2 grip on this one, which is a grip that I actually put it on the putter because my old one had gone a bit perished at the top, so I was struggling with that, and I wanted to test out the P2 grips because I wanted to put a video together for it. I haven't actually got round to putting that video together, but this putter grip hasn't come off the putter. So it's been on there, well, you can see how worn it is now. It's been on there for a little while. It gets my hands kind of more upright, into a more upright position, which seems to work quite nicely for me. However, my putting has been a little bit suspect in more recent years. Scott Redman design head cover. It's got my name, it's got Scott Redman on there. You can see how sort of, well, it used to be green, it's gone a little bit white now on top, but that's the head cover I've got on there. However, I've got 2 putters that I've been experimenting with. This one is an Odyssey square to square. It's the AI1. It's the Max 1 edition. Looks very similar to the Lab putter, doesn't it? Yeah, some people in the comments, when I've done a little bit of video work on it, have saying that it's a bit of a copy of the Lab. However, just put it in. It's got 34 inches in length. It's got 6 degrees of loft, which then, or no, it's got 3 degrees of loft, but it's got that forward press position, which then sort of counteracts that. First impressions, really impressed. However, it's only been out on the golf course a couple of times, but I've been doing quite nicely with it. The other putter that I've been messing about with is the Golf Punk putter. This is the arm lock version. This is the video that I've done. This is Bryson DeChambeau inspired. It's designed with 6 degrees of loft. Again, forward pressing, it brings it down to 3 degrees of loft. I've got it, I think, at 41. I want to say 41 inches, which brings that position to the perfect spot for me. I'm going to put this out on the golf course today. We're playing here in France today. I'm going to put it out on the course and see how it performs. Rangefinder, I've got a Bushnell in here at the moment. However, golf ball, I've been using, in my bag right now, I've been using the PXGs, but I've nearly run out of those. So I've been doing a little bit of work with seed. So I've been testing out the new seed ball. I've got a Pro V1X still in my bag. And yesterday I had a TaylorMade TP5. However, I lost it. So, which actually I was really enjoying using it because it was like that tire one that gives you a little bit of alignment when it comes to your putting. So I haven't got a ball that I'm really using, and I'm kind of dancing around between different manufacturers trying to find something that's going to work for me long term. But that's it. That is my what's in the bag. I hope you enjoyed it. Down in the comments, let me know. Are you using any of the products that I'm using? Do you see any of the products that you think I should or shouldn't be using? Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you again on the next video.